14 out of 18 Sena MPs are in touch with the Shinde faction. This support is expected to help Eknath Shinde to stake claim over the party. Remember, Eknath Shinde is hoping that his rebel faction be declared and recognized as the real Shiv Sena. At this point, of course, if at all the Election Commission or, for that matter, those stakeholders who grant this kind of recognition at this point will have to see the number of leaders who are with the rebel camp and what's their association with the party, do they have the majority, etc. And now 14 of the 18 Sena MPs in touch with Shinde faction only means that Eknath Shinde has more merit at this point to say that we are the real Shiv Sena, and very likely could be recognized as a separate party altogether, as the Shiv Sena, the original party at this point. Munish joining us on the phone line for that. Munish, at this point, 14 out of the 18 MPs we hear of the Shiv Sena currently in touch with Eknath Shinde. These are his claims. How much can one really go by what he claims at this point? Is this true?
Yeah, well, Nabila, what we are learning from our sources is that almost 14 MLAs out of 18 are in touch with Eknath Shinde Camp. Now, as far as the current scenario is concerned, the MLAs are going to be very important, and as of now, 40 MLAs are with Eknath Shinde. That is what he's claiming. But as far as MP is concerned, why this becomes very important? Because remember, the Eknath Shinde Camp is of the belief that once they claim before the governor that they have the 40 MLAs and they should be recognized as the original Shiv Sena party, the MPs will play a major role, because then the matter will go before the Election Commission, and if the majority of MPs are with Eknath Shinde, then it will be easier for Eknath Shinde Camp to take claim of the Shiv Sena party. So these MPs are going to be certainly very important for Eknath Shinde Camp. As far as the current political scenario is concerned, it has been indicated by Eknath Shinde and also by the BJP sources that they may form an alliance, and this becomes important as far as the next government. If this government falls, then the next government is concerned. So, of course, these MPs are going to be very crucial for the next government, for the BJP, and most importantly, for Eknath Shinde to take claim of the party. And what we are learning that 14 out of 18 Shiv Sena MPs are in touch with Eknath Shinde, a major setback again for the Uddhav Thackeray camp. Nabila.
Right, Manish, from what we see here, that Uddhav Thackeray seems to be losing control not just over his MLAs, but even MPs, many of them who claim to be in touch with Eknath Shinde, have lost faith in Uddhav Thackeray's leadership. What does this really signify? And of course, a little, if you could elaborate on the process of being recognized as a separate party. What are the protocols? What should Eknath Shinde boast of having for the Election Commission to grant them a separate party status? And more importantly, the name of the Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena itself and the party symbol, all that they're seeking claim for is what we hear. But will they be granted since they have the numbers?
Yeah, well, Nabila, since the time this entire drama unfolded, the MLAs went out to Guwahati. We have seen that the number of MLAs have left the Uddhav Thackeray camp and they have went to Eknath Shinde camp, whereas there was a series of meetings between Uddhav Thackeray and senior leaders. There were meetings between public and Uddhav Thackeray, Aditya Thackeray, other senior Sena leaders. But what we can understand, and it appears as of now, that the MLAs and the MPs, they do not have faith on Uddhav Thackeray camp. There is some problem with the trust, and that is why these MLAs, even after Uddhav Thackeray promised everything, these MLAs are leaving one by one the Uddhav Thackeray camp and going to Eknath Shinde. Also about the MPs also do not have trust that this government will last, and the MLAs and MPs want to be with the camp which is going to form the next government. So certainly it is a major setback for Uddhav Thackeray camp. As far as the recognition of Shiv Sena party is concerned, remember at this point of time what Eknath Shinde has to do, that he has to ensure that on the floor he has the support, and before the governor he can at least convince the governor that he is the original Shiv Sena leader. He is the group leader of Shiv Sena party in the state assembly. But when this matter will be going before the election commission, because the governor itself cannot decide which Shiv Sena party is the original one, it will go before the election commission. And before the election commission, how many MLAs you have, how many MPs you have, based on that, the election commission can recognize that in the state assembly, which Shiv Sena party can form an alliance, which is the original one, and which is not the original one. So it is certainly going to be very important. The MLAs, more than 40 MLAs are with Eknath Shinde in Guwahati, but MPs are going to be very crucial in formation of Eknath Shinde's party, which may be Shiv Sena or some other party at this point of time. But certainly it is going to be important for Eknath Shinde, because in the manner he has garnered support of these MLAs one by one, leaving Uddhav Thackeray camp and going to Eknath Shinde camp, certainly it gives an indication that at this point of time, the numbers which are going to be very important for the next government, the numbers are with Eknath Shinde and not with Uddhav Thackeray.
Okay, thank you very much, Munish. From what we know, that the Election Commission will, of course, look at the number of MLAs, the number of MPs who are standing with the rebel camp. If they want to be declared as a separate party, then all this will be keenly looked into. This will be part of the assessment process on how long have these MLAs and MPs been associated with the party, are these veteran leaders within the party, and what are their numbers. And clearly here, Eknath Shinde boasting of every merit to be recognized as a separate party, as the real Shiv Sena, possibly.